I walked along my farm in the country, out where the dandelions aspire. Then it was there that I wondered how long before they'd expire. For many farms in this great land are lost to the hands of time, for the farmers who had maintained them are called on and died, and the children who inherit them sell to the big businessman, who turns the once large cornfield into a house which will expand into a large bustling subdivision, where the barn no longer stands, the cows nowhere are grazing on the farms of this great land. If I could stack up my pennies for each farm that loses its name, I'd be the richest old farmer. It truly is a shame. I warn you, new generations, watch what you do with your land, for one day there'll be nobody to grow the grain and meet your demands. It runs from the Chesapeake along the mountainsides up to Motor City, where the Great Lakes reside. You'll recognize the train when you hear that whistle scream. It's the C&O Sportsman, full ahead with steam. Listen to the drive wheels gliding along the track, bringing loads of passengers out west and back. Watching the train roar past is really a scene. It's the C&O Sportsman, full ahead with steam. Although now the C&O and the Sportsman are gone, Amtrak has a similar train to travel on. But the Cardinal will never live up to the dream of the C&O Sportsman, full ahead with steam. Listen to the drive wheels gliding along the track, bringing loads of passengers out west and back. Watching that train roar past is really a scene. It's the C&O Sportsman, full ahead with steam. I sit here mopping the floors of my old general store. I had discovered last Monday Nobody shops here no more. The road my store sits near has been bypassed by a new route, a highway built for efficiency has taken the traffic from my town. Why does the world keep changing? Why can't things stay the same? The towns that once built America are in the shadows of the cars and the planes. I just closed the doors yesterday. Now I must work for my pay. I couldn't make any profit, struggling to make it to the next day. I suppose I could open a truck stop, but now I'm too broke to afford the land. Now it makes me wonder, what really was the point of this plan? Why does the world keep changing? Why can't things stay the same? The towns that built America are in the shadows of the cars and the planes. The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down of the big lake they call Gitchagumi. The lake, it is said, never gives up her dead when the skies in November turn gloomy. With a load of iron ore, 26,000 tons more than the Edmund Fitzgerald weighed empty. That good ship and true was a bone to be chewed when the gales in November came early. The ship was the pride of the American side, coming back from some mill in Wisconsin. As the big freighters go, it was bigger than most, with a crew and good captain well seasoned, concluding some terms with a couple of steel firms when they left fully loaded for Cleveland. And later that night when the ship's bell rang, could it be the north wind they'd been feeling? Wires made a tattletale sound and a wave broke over the railing, and every man knew as the captain did too, 'twas the witch in November come stealing. The dawn came late and the breakfast had to wait when the gales in November come slashing. When afternoon came, it was freezing rain in the face of a hurricane west wind. When supper time came, the old cook came on deck saying, "Fellas, it's too rough to feed ya." At 7 p.m. a main hatchway caved in. He said, "Fellas, it's been good to know ya." The captain wired in, he had water coming in, and the good ship and crew was in peril. And later that night, when his lights went out of sight, came the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Does anyone know where the love of God goes when the waves turn the minutes to hours? The searchers all say they'd have made Whitefish Bay if they'd put 15 more miles behind her. They might have split up or they might have capsized. They may have broke deep into the water. And all that remains is the faces and the names of the wives and the sons and the daughters. Lake Huron rolls, Superior sings in the rooms of her ice water mansion. Old Michigan steams like a young man's dreams. The islands and bays are for sportsmen. And farther below, Lake Ontario takes in what Lake Erie can send her. And the iron boats go, as the mariners all know, with the gales of November remembered. In a musty old hall in Detroit they prayed, in the Maritime Sailors Cathedral. The church bell chimed till it rang 29 times for each man on the Edmund Fitzgerald. The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down of the big lake they call Gitchagoo. Superior, they said, never gives up her dead when the gales of November come early. I went hunting one morning in the mountains of West Virginia. I stood alone along a fence line when I heard a branch break behind. I turned and there stood two does, the distance in yards around 5. I picked up my gun and I fired, but the deer were still alive. Where have the deer run to? Where have the deer run to? I aimed and I shot, but nobody was dropped. Where have the deer run to? I went and I searched for blood, got tricked by a maple leaf. I found tracks to the creek, I realized what I had done. A branch was the winner of this battle, for it took a bullet for a deer. And here I am with a rifle and a hungry, hungry new year. Where have the deer run to? Where have the deer run to? I aimed and I shot, but nobody was dropped. Where have the deer run to?